This is the Honda CB1000R, possibly one of the best new bikes of 2018. The design comes from the well-received Neo Sports Cafe concept bike, and it's about 2,000 times better than that old Predator CB1000R. The new bike has the engine from the 2006 Fireblade due to it having a longer stroke than later iterations. That means it gets more mid-range push at the expense of outright top-end power. I mean, that makes sense for a naked bike. The hard numbers say the CB1000 now makes 107 kilowatts of power and 104 Nm of torque, compared with the outgoing model's 92 kilowatts and 99 Nm. In fact, despite being down 34 kilowatts and 12 Nims against the new blade, Honda says the naked will actually pull harder through the first 3 gears. That's down to slightly shorter gearing and that mid-range boost. They're probably not wrong either, but the CB hits 100 km an hour in about 3 seconds. This particular example didn't have a quick shifter, which would have cut the acceleration time even further. Handling is dealt with by Showa's big piston forks, which have been around for years. They're basically the best forks you can get before getting into that electronically controlled stuff. While they're totally fine on both country roads and suburban speed bumps, the bike can be quite skittish on some rougher B roads. It's probably sorted by minor suspension or riding style adjustments though.
Oh wow. So that's really quick. It doesn't quite have the vicious top end of the Fireblade, but good God, it's got some meat in the middle. I think it's got a slightly dumbed down, well not dumbed down, but a slightly kind of muted version of the Fireblade's electronics. So you got switch pull, traction control, engine braking and power, and yeah, that lets you customize quite a lot of how the engine actually behaves. So I've got it in sport at the moment, which is minimal traction, minimal engine and a lot of power.
You get standard, sport and raid modes, which are all pre-programmed, while a user mode lets the rider play around with engine characteristics. Editable parameters include traction control on a scale of 0 to 3, power output, which changes how each gear delivers power, and engine braking. Unsurprisingly, standard is the one to use while pootling around town, while sport ups the ante by reducing TC to its least intrusive form and cranking the power curve. Finally, rain mode pulls in the power delivery, boosts TC to the max and offers a middling amount of engine braking. It's best used in the rain, duh, but we did find it quite handy when we had to ride on a little bit of gravel. Mission control now is a new monochrome digital dash, and while definitely being attractive, it is easy to make comparisons to the full colour units on the Aprilia Tuono and Triumph's new Speed Triple. Those two bikes also beat the Honda on power output, as does the BMW S1000R. But the German still makes do with an analog rev counter and a screen that could be more at home on a calculator. So what's the verdict? Well, one thing I haven't mentioned yet is price. Here in New Zealand, the CB1000R starts at just $19,990. That's not very much for a lot of bike. For reference, the Tuono starts at $26,000, the Speedy at $24,000, and the Beamer's in the middle with a $24,500 price sticker. You do miss out on some creature comforts on the Honda, like heated grips, which are optional, a quick shifter, which is also optional, and cruise control, which isn't even offered. But for under 20 grand, that's hard to beat.